Okay, so next skip the line reaction is for Lais Scort, man. Jeez, it's been a while with Lais Scort, and I see you've requested 4 of them. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate the support for that. I will chat to you on my DMs as well. I'd like to chat to you about something else. This is called Through Heart's Eye. For any of you who want to do a skip the line reaction, you can do that on the Sphere. It'll literally skip everything. If you want to request a priority reaction, you can do that on the Sphere as well. If you want to watch additional content for a very small fee, links are in the description. Everything is on the Sphere. We drop content there every single day. Let's get into it. Through Heart's Eye. The message is this brought you major insights, and you'd love to hear my opinions on it. Let's see what you've got, man. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, man. Let's go.
Some say they don't know heaven, not sure if it exists. They say they walk their mile and laugh before they reach. While I can say it's perfect, the unknown is where I glimpse in all. I wonder, then I waver, then I miss. But you never close the door. You still love me more. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on you. I don't know why I have taken for granted I never been left alone. Always by my side, disguised. That's my guide's never been left alone.
Okay, first and foremost, I always say this about your music. Music is always so damn uplifting. It always put me in such a good mood. Every time I listen to your music, it puts me in such a good mood. I think you're great. I think you're a shining light. I honestly think that just your voice, right, actually depicts your presence on earth. I think it's absolutely beautiful. You know, you hear, I mean, I'll get into the lyrics over here. I kind of feel that it might be a bit of a religious song, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of feel it's a song about just, you know, your battle through your strifes and your struggles, right? And then sort of losing hope in a higher power, losing belief in a higher power, losing faith, right? And it could be in a higher power in terms of a God, or just losing faith in the universe itself, or losing faith in maybe yourself, essentially. But I do feel that it's got more of like a religious connotation to this, and that's what you're kind of attaching to that, and sort of coming out the other side and realizing, okay, I had to go through the journey of losing faith in order to realize that I needed to keep the faith in order to see the light, is where I think it's going. But I'm going to take it a little bit back and just sort of try and sort of package my thoughts here.
Never close the door. You still love me more. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on you. I don't know why I have taken for granted I never been left alone. Always by my side, disguised. That's my guide's never been left alone. And when I hear the sound of the drum, I'm gonna come back and find that you are my home. Ooh, ooh. All the mean things I said, I don't mean a thing. I complained and I blamed, I threw all my things on you.
See, again, that's why I mean, it could be a song about someone, like an intimate someone in your life, but I don't think so. I actually think this is more a religious song. I honestly think that, look, like I say, we're fallen souls in a fallen world, and I kind of feel that, you know, whenever we go through our trials and tribulations, we always look for someone or something to offload that on. And in many cases, there is someone to offload that on. But in other cases, there isn't. Like, some people are just dealt a really bad hand in life, and it's no one's fault. And as human beings, and it's like, why? why me? Why did you lay this by my feet? Right? What was the reason that I have to carry these burdens? Right? So what do we tend to do? We tend to take our eyes from looking up and saying, that somebody is watching over us and whatever else, and hope. And even like I've said this before, and I've said it many times before, there doesn't actually have to be a God itself in the sky, right? That belief in something, that hope and that belief that you hear and exist for something regardless of what goes on in your life is so unbelievably powerful, outside of the religious factor, outside of there being an actual God, essentially. The fact that you're here, there is an absolute purpose that you're here. And I often think about these sort of things in terms of like, when there was this extraterrestrial conversation that we've been having, where you tend to think about sort of like, is there other life in the universe, the ever expanding universe? What are the chances of other life being, existing? It's a high chance, high probability that there is other life existing. But it's a good way to think about that. It's like, okay, because it makes us, it comforts us to say, okay, we're not the only ones on the planet, because are the only ones in the universe. Because if we are, that's scary. And if we aren't, that's scary, right? If we aren't, then we're just a blip on a bigger picture and our lives don't really mean much. If we are the only ones in the universe, then this could have all been by chance. This could have all been by chance. And maybe none of this means anything, right? And it's a scary thought to actually think of it that way, because when you sort of feel and look deeply, you feel that there's something greater to us. But it's how you sort of frame your thoughts around it is how that will sort of dictate your life. You can feel like, oh, this life means, you are born, and then when you're born, you're busy dying, and while you're busy dying, you go through all of the strife and tribulations, you go through the tragedy of life, and then you die, and you pretty much just become worm meal, and that's it. There was really nothing to it. But does that provide you with comfort? Does that make for a beautiful existence? No. So the way you frame yourself and the way you see yourself in this world, and even if you've got to grasp onto the faith that you mean something, that your life here is purposeful, right? Your existence is beautiful, and that mindset is rippling, because other people feel that, and other people feel like their existence is beautiful. And before you know it, you actually have a community, a country, a world that feels like there's something to this. We need a lot more purpose in this world. I don't feel that we have any more purpose in the world. I think we've completely lost our purpose. We've lost our purpose to each other. We've lost our purpose to our communities. We've lost our purpose to our families. We've lost our purpose to our morality. We've lost our purpose to our ethics. We've lost absolutely everything, man. Now we're literally just these bags of meat and flesh that should just sort of chase our temptations. And the reason why we're in the state that we're in is because we went more down the secular route, and we've decided that I'm here, YOLO, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, right? Morality doesn't matter. Ethics doesn't matter. Holding by a particular standard doesn't matter. The God and the altar where I worship myself is most important. Look at the world. Look at the world. How's that working out for us? Not very good.
On you, but you don't make a war. You still love me more. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on you. I don't know why I have taken for granted I've never been left alone. Always by my
like what you've done here with the clapping, and it almost feels very church vibe. It almost feels very sort of choir and uplifting choir vibe. Like,
I don't know why I have taken for granted I'd never be left alone. Always by my side, disguised as my guides, never be left alone. I don't know why I have taken for granted I'd never be left alone. Always by my side, disguised as my guides, never be left alone. And I know that this song will make me cry when you are far away up in the sky. You give me more than I can take at time. But hold me close till I can see the light.
beautiful.
True hearts, true hearts, true hearts,
Absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that you've used Through Heart's Eye as well, because my interpretation of it would be that the eye to the soul is through the heart, right? So through heart's eye, the eye to the soul is through the heart, right? It's here. It's all here. This is it. This is your matrix. This is what keeps you alive, right? And so much of the time, we tend to forget that. We tend to forget that a fucking beating heart is unbelievably important. I don't think we actually appreciate what a beating heart actually means, right? It's beating for something. It's beating for something, right? And we tend to forget that. It's just such a beautiful thing to be alive, and we don't remember that. And that heart is going to feel many things through its existence. It's going to feel trials, tribulations. It's going to feel hurt. It's going to feel pain. It's going to get broken. It's going to get mended. It's going to feel love. All of that is going to be taken, and all of that strain is going to be taken by your heart, right? Your heart can take a hell of a lot. It's a place for beauty. It's a place for darkness. It's a place for the soul. You will only see your soul through the eye of your heart. But then when we go to why is it that way? Why is it that we feel that we have more than just a pumping heart? Why do we feel like there's something metaphysical about it? Why do we feel like there is a soul? Right? And we innately feel that. We feel there's something here. There's something here. This can't all just be chemistry. That's completely down to you. It could be. It could not be. But how would you choose to live? Are you worth something more than just a bag of flesh? Is your purpose bigger than just evolution? What runs your life? What runs your hopes? What runs your goals? Is there something bigger there or not? I don't know. You guys let me know. I love you all. Please stay safe, be so healthy. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.